The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Ally Medical ER. February is Heart Health Month, warning signs, prevention, and why CPR training saves lives with Dr. Jessica Best of Ally Medical ER. Dr. Best, February is Heart Health Month. Why is this such an important time to talk about heart emergencies?
Well, you know, heart emergencies are somewhat of a silent killer. Many people may not recognize the symptoms of a heart attack. Maybe they wait too long. You know, and we don't really want to lose our loved ones, so it's something we definitely want to be cognizant of and make sure that we're kind of maintaining our health so that we don't end up with problems down the line.
Absolutely, and I know it's still the #1 killer of men and women in America, so it's something to really pay attention to. And speaking of, many people don't recognize the symptoms of a heart attack, especially as they can look different for people like women. Can you talk to me about what we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, so you may typically hear crushing chest pain, maybe radiating to left shoulder, left arm, but many times we see women coming in with fatigue, shortness of breath. Maybe you've noticed some increased, swelling in your legs. That may be a sign of some heart disease. So if there's something that you're feeling is not quite right, definitely time to come in and get evaluated.
Any cardiac red flags that people should be on the lookout for that says, hey, I need to go search for help?
Yes. So in addition to the main ones like the chest pain, increasing shortness of breath, especially with exertion. If you find you can't do kind of your average everyday activities anymore without feeling maybe some pain, maybe some extra fatigue, the shortness of breath, if you notice that increased swelling in your legs, these are definitely big red flags that you need to be seen, and we need to, have you evaluated, rule out the bad things.
Absolutely. Okay. What are some of the most effective things that people can do at home to protect their heart health?
All right. So the biggest thing is if you have any risk factors, diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, making sure that you are having those things managed by your primary care doctor, maybe making sure you're taking your medication, of course, eating that healthy, balanced diet, maintaining a healthy weight, these are all going to help.
Ally Medical ER can help. You guys are a full-scale emergency room.
That's right. So we can definitely see you for any of those symptoms, any concerns you have. We can do EKGs, we can consult cardiology, we can even do cardiac stress tests in-house, and maybe if it's beyond what we can do there, we can always get you transferred to a cardiac center.
Okay, sounds good to me, Dr. Best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ally Medical ER has 7 locations across the greater Austin area. Use online check-in at allymedical.com for added convenience. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Ally Medical ER.
The award-winning and Oscar-nominated film, The Secret Agent, is out now. You can view it, and lead star Wagner Moura has been dominating award season and is nominated for his performance for an Oscar as well. Wagner joins me now. Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Nice talking to you.
Yeah, you as well. Wagner, one thing that really stands out to me about your role as, Armando or Marcelo, however you want to view this, is that while there are a lot of speaking parts, I feel like maybe the more challenging role of playing him is this very just like emotive being, right? You're pulling out a lot of emotions and a lot of very real life scenarios, a lot of historical context. So what was it like kind of playing him, and how did you prepare to take on this role?
This film came from a very personal need. Came from the director Kleber Mendonça Filho and I sharing our perplexity over what was going on in Brazil from 2018 to 2022, when the government was trying to bring back to Brazil in the 21st century the values of the dictatorship that we had from 64 to 85. So I kind of knew exactly what this character was going to be, because it's somehow I was sort of playing myself and playing Kleber and playing every one of us that was just lost during a certain time in Brazil. Also, too, the dictatorship doesn't seem very far away. It happened 50 years ago. I myself had directed a film that took place during the dictatorship, so I had studied a lot about what Brazil was socially, economically, politically, culturally back then. And I remember, I have very clear memories, although I was a kid, but I was born during the dictatorship. So I remember my parents, how they dressed up, how they, it felt like very, it didn't require lots of effort, I think, to be in that time, in that particular, in the skin of that character.
Yeah, it's interesting how you were able to pull in so much kind of personal experience right now, kind of piggybacking off of some of what you just said. What's kind of the emotions for you getting to share just a snippet of Brazil's history through a very specific angle within this film?
I think it's been great, man. It's great to see, like Americans and Europeans and people from all over the world connecting with this film, and of course you connect with the film with your own experiences. Of course, it's the ones you have with your own emotions and with your own sense of history. And you don't have to know anything about Brazilian history to connect with the film, because the connection happens with the characters. And hopefully, if you connect with the character, you're gonna end up learning something about a different culture and the history of a country. And I think that's the beauty of cinema. I grew up watching American films. I grew up watching international films. American films for me are international, and
Yeah.
I've been seeing them since I was a little boy with subtitles. So it's nice to see that the U.S. is more open now to films that come from other parts of the world as well.
Yeah, I was incredibly intrigued by it, not really knowing much of Brazil's history. And like you said, I don't think I had to know it. I really got the concepts and I loved it. Now, something else that's like really spotlighted in this film is just kind of like varying family dynamics, right? Whether that's chosen family or blood or environment or whatever that looks like. So, what do you kind of hope maybe the takeaway is from that aspect of the film? And how do you hope that maybe people see themselves within some of these stories?
That's a very interesting question. The film has uh, yeah, especially there is a father and son thing that's really really strong, right? Not only with my character, but there are other characters, other fathers and other sons, and I think it's a very masculine film as well. Although there are very strong female characters, the film is also a film of how some sort of masculinity is is transferred throughout generations. Um, and I was seeing the image of Alex Petrie being killed by the ICE agents, and I could see there are two very different types of masculinity in that video. And you see in the characters of the secret agents, like the sons of the police chief, or the killer that works with his stepson, or my kid, my son that I end up playing in the end, like that cannot deal with the memory, of his father. So I think we are dealing with lots of generational transfers,
Mhm.
like and especially with a certain kind of masculinity that can be transferred over generations.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that kind of theme throughout the film. Now, really quick, one last question for you. What's the weight of being the first Brazilian actor to be nominated for the Best Actor Oscar? Obviously, we had a Best Actress award a few years ago, but what's that mean to you? Because I think that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Of course it is. It's great. And it's been great also, like the way Brazilians are engaging and connecting with this film and with their culture since last year, since I'm still here, especially again after these 4 years, these 4 dark years of authoritarianism in the country, where they were really efficient in demonizing arts and culture, and so it's beautiful to see Brazilians engaging with a Brazilian cultural product the way they are right now, and with us and with the film, and it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
really important for us.
Yeah, well, I love hearing that. Well, Wagner, congrats again on all your success with this film. We'll be rooting for you at this year's Oscars. And if you haven't seen it yet, go check out The Secret Agent. Thanks so much, Wagner.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Plexiderm. Moms, of course, try to pass on the wisdom of wearing sunscreen and moisturizing, 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 but do any of us ever listen? And even if we follow all of that advice to a T, we still end up with those unwanted deep-set wrinkles, puffy under eye bags. Why? Well, the good news is it's not your fault. It's just a part of growing older. As we age, our skin naturally loses its moisture, its elasticity, and then the wrinkles come. However, today we're excited to talk to an expert that can help us look and feel our best. Lifestyle contributor Melinda McKenzie is here to tell us more about Plexiderm. Melinda, hello.
Hello, thank you for having me today. I'm excited to talk about Plexiderm, which is a product I use every single day.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about how great you look because you're about to turn what age, my friend?
I'm about to turn 65, 6'5". And I want to also say I don't have injections. I don't have fillers. That's why I like talking about Plexiderm. This is just simply what Plexiderm can do for you. So I know a lot of times people will watch these and say, this doesn't seem right. It seems like maybe AI has jumped in there and fixed things. I'm here to tell you this is what Plexiderm can do. And that's also why we like to show photos and videos, because even if you've never taken care of your skin, and believe me, I do as much as I can, but even if you've never taken care of your skin, that's the great thing about Plexiderm, because you're just going to put it any area that you want to have it smooth and you're good to go.
Yeah, okay. I love, of course, seeing before and after pictures and videos. Tell me about this. Only 10 minutes, no doctor visits, topical serum, so there's no pain involved, right?
Yes. My favorite thing is that now you are in charge of your skin. Let's say you're someone who's already gotten injections and fillers, no judgment there. But if you do that and then you go out to eat or you stay up late and you get the puffiness, what are you going to do about that? You're going to get your Plexiderm out and take care of it. I like the fact that it's a topical serum. So anywhere on your face that you're like, you know what, I don't like those forehead lines, or I have the puffiness underneath my eyes, or what about those deep lines around my mouth? Put the smallest amount of Plexiderm. We want you to let it rest for 10 minutes. Then you have up to 10 hours of usage. So remember 10 for 10. And then the great thing is you just wash it off at the end of the day. So don't need a manual. You don't need 6 weeks. You need 10 minutes.
Not bad. And, you know, for those of us ladies who are putting on the makeup, maybe a little bit more as time goes on when we're trying to feel our best, talk to me about how we should use Plexiderm and makeup. And then can guys do it? Those who wear no makeup?
Exactly. Those are great questions. And those are very popular among people that are new to Plexiderm. So yes, you can absolutely wear cosmetics with Plexiderm. I do. I love cosmetics. What I will tell you is you can do it either way. You can put it on first, put your Plexiderm on first, then use your cosmetics, because you are going to find you use a lot less. For me personally, because I've lost a lot of collagen, so I have the indentation. So what would happen is I'd throw a lot of under eye concealer, thinking the more is better, and it really isn't. Now, if you're a guy and you don't wear any cosmetics and you're like, yeah, I'd like to have smoother skin, but I don't want anybody to know I'm wearing something. I don't want to see anything. I want my skin to look like my skin. That's why we love Plexiderm. This is highly concentrated. You just use the smallest amount. We have men in our clinical trials as well as women. We have athletes, guys who run, and they say, wow, I can't believe something so simple. Thanks for letting us use something that the ladies have been using. So that's why it's exciting. It doesn't matter, male, female, sensitive skin like me, or you've never taken care of your skin. Plexiderm is going to work. You just need clean, dry skin in 10 minutes.
Sounds good to me. And you mentioned clinical studies. Let's talk about what clinical studies have been done on Plexiderm.
Yes, absolutely. So in February of 2019, we wanted to know, how effective is Plexiderm? How long does it last? What are the results when we put it on the forehead, under the eyes, and around the mouth? What we discovered is when you start with clean, dry skin and let your Plexiderm rest 10 minutes, on those forehead lines, you're going to have a reduction of up to 85%. Pretty phenomenal. So don't cut the bangs anymore. Plexiderm will do the job for you. Underneath the eyes, that is the number one issue that people talk about. The puffiness, the lines and creases. For someone like me who gets that indentation, I don't want that to be the first thing people look at and people say that you're tired. When you put Plexiderm and let it rest for 10 minutes, no matter what issue it is, you're going to have a reduction of up to 80%. That's really phenomenal. And remember, you can wear it with or without makeup. Last but not least is around the mouth. If you have those marionette lines that you feel like are very deep, or if let's say your cosmetics crease into the lines of your face, put the smallest amount here or around the lips, let it rest for 10 minutes. You're going to have a reduction of up to 74%. And again, let it rest for 10 minutes. You're going to notice a difference in 2 to 3 or go, I'm done, I'm special. Let it rest for 10. We wanted to create that nice, beautiful shield. 10 for 10, then it lasts up to 10 hours.
That's wonderful. And then, Not only can you get through the workday, you can get through cocktail hour, maybe seeing some friends, come home and wash it off. I want to ask about a trial offer because you're trying to encourage people to just give it a go.
We are, everybody would like a free sample. We love to give everybody on the planet a free sample. It's not realistic. So here's a great idea that they came up with. For $14.95, you're going to get a 6-pack. So that means 6 applications of your Plexderm to give it a try. This is free shipping. This is a 30-day money-back guarantee. There is no subscription. So once you get this, this is all you get. Give it a try and see how you like it. We want to hear your stories. After 8 years, we still hear from people every single day. So just go to plexdermtrial.com. You can get this great deal. Call the number on your screen or scan that code. And then we want to hear from you.
Sounds good to me. Melinda, if we can look like you, then I think we're in the right ballpark. My friend, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
You can try Plexaderm for just $14.95, including free shipping, by visiting plexadermtrial.com or by calling the number on your screen. Again, that's plexadermtrial.com or call 800-727-6719. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Plexaderm. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Moody Gardens. Spring break is just around the corner, and families looking for fun close to home have plenty of options at Moody Gardens on Galveston Island. Jared Schaller, joins us today to tell us what's new. Jared, for those who may not be familiar with Moody Gardens, what makes it such a great spring break destination for families?
It is an all-in-one destination. You don't have to fly anywhere. It's just 3.5-hour drive from Austin. You go to 45, stop at Buc-ee's along the way, and then you head to the island, find 3 big pyramids, and you get to have some fun. We have a rainforest pyramid, which has 1,000+ animals and flora and fauna inside, like monkeys, sloths. We also have a aquarium pyramid, sorry about that, and the 10,000+ marine life inside, like sharks, jellyfish, penguins. We have a ropes course, zip line, we have a spa, we have a golf course. We literally have everything you need for the spring break to have a fun time.
Yeah, I'm ticking a lot of things off the list. Penguins, so exciting.
Penguins, everybody loves the penguins. They're just giant goofballs.
Sounds good to me. A new exhibit is debuting just in time for spring break inside of the Discovery Pyramid, Skellytown. Tell me about this.
Skellytown is exactly like it sounds. It is a town dedicated to skeletons. You get to learn about the importance of your bones. Who knew you would need it for your arms, for moving and all that stuff. It's real skeletons. So you get to see all of these life-size skeletons. Don't worry, they were donated. We didn't go grave robbing or anything. Okay. And then you get to also kids can dig for bones at our archaeological site. You also get to see animal skeletons like boa constrictor. I didn't know they had hundreds and hundreds of bones.
Wow.
And then you also get to learn about how bones have been used in history. So like tools, artwork, and even, rituals, of course.
Very cool stuff. Yeah, and Moody Gardens also offers several theater experiences on the property. We're going back to Penguins because that's what's showing. It's Penguins, A Love Story 3D.
Well, Penguin's a Love Story 3D. It tells the love story of 2 penguin chicks. Of course, in the first 5 minutes, Mother Nature is brutal. Mm-hmm. So one of them loses their parent to a predator, of course. Aww. And then you get to see them grow into goofball teenagers. And then you get to see them grow into adults and start to have families of their own. And what's really cool is we actually have the U.S. premiere of the film this Saturday, Valentine's Day. So it's just a really cool film. And of course, 3D means you feel like you're in the film. So when you're being chased by a predator, like, I hope I live and survive. Or you feel like you're in a penguin colony. It's just a really fun film.
And of course, penguins are so interesting to watch. Their socialization, their mating rituals, the way they carry those sweet little eggs as they shuffle their feet, that sort of thing. Do we get to see all that stuff?
We get to see all of that stuff. We also have a penguin exhibit in the aquarium. We have 105 different penguins. We have 7 different species you get to see, so it's really cool. They're just giant goofballs. They're just funny to watch, and we also have a live webcam at moodygardens.org.
moodygardens.org. Okay, so maybe if someone isn't able to make it in person but really wants to see those penguins, you could spend a little time checking it out. And maybe while you're there, check out tickets as well, because for folks who want to stay a little bit longer, there is a hotel option.
There is a hotel on property. We've been having fun on our social media. We've been showing our hotel general manager literally destroying bathrooms with sledgehammers. Whoa. He's coming out of the shower showing new updated showers. We've literally gone into these rooms we've gutted them. I was like, oh my gosh, there's no carpet, there's no nothing, and literally putting everything new in. This whole entire process took about 8 months, just actually renovating the rooms. And I decided at the end of this, I'm like, I'm never doing a demonstration or a renovation myself, because I was like, it is a lengthy process. You watch those home shows and you're like, you didn't know what goes all into it. So guests can, of course, our swimming pool's outside. We have a spa as well. We also have an arcade for kids. So we literally have something for everyone, and we have dining options as well.
You've done all the hard work so that guests can just waltz right in and enjoy. Dogs and kids, both welcome, right?
Both welcome. As many kids, as many dogs, of course. Just have fun, bring the whole family for a few days and just have fun on Galveston Island.
Sounds good to me. And I just want to make sure that we repeat to people at home to make sure to book through you. moodygardens.org is really where they want to be.
moodygardens.org, you can learn about all the attractions. Most of the spring break stuff opens March 7th. And then you can also learn, we have a bunch of events happening at Moody Gardens. We have a wine festival in September, and then actually coming up in the next few weeks, we have an Ironman triathlon. We'll see you in it.
I told you off camera, it won't be me. It won't be me.
And me either. I'll be getting the popcorn watching from the sideline. And then we also have a Mustang week. It's not the horses. It's actually Ford Mustangs. About 2,000 vehicles will be taking over our parking lot. So we really have a lot of fun things. Check our calendar online and you'll literally get to see something you may like. We also do a lot with coral reef rescue and all of that stuff. So we have something for everyone.
Something to do no matter what day of the year it is. And with spring break coming up, a really great travel in Texas option. Jared, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, for more details on Moody Gardens attractions, check out moodygardens.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Moody Gardens. We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It's hard to believe, y'all, but tax filing season is upon us. The pros at Jackson Hewitt are here to make the process as smooth as humanly possible. Joining us now is Chief Tax Officer Mark Stieber. Mark, good morning.
Good to be here. Very exciting time.
It's tax filing time, and in fact, that's going to be one of our messages today is sooner rather than later. But let's get started with, talking about the IRS right now accepting and processing tax returns. So how can our viewers get organized and prepare to file their 2025 taxes?
Well, it's like anything you put in front of yourself to do, whether it's eat healthy or exercise or your work. Keep it simple. Find a model that works for you, and that works with your taxes. Keep it simple getting organized. Find those documents. You should have them all by now, so it's not like my early season message was just get the envelope or get the shoebox and start putting them in there. Now you got to go find out where everybody put them. But find your documents. That's step one of 3 steps. Secondly, find some help. You're going to need help, even if you do it yourself, to answer a question, debunk Uncle Bob the tax pro's myth, or just outsource the whole complicated single largest financial transaction to that person. And third, commit. Find a time on the calendar. Valentine's Day is probably not the best day, but right after that, get your taxes done, get that money, file early. It's a lot of benefits to doing that. So find your documents, find your pro, get it done.
You are easy to talk to, Mark. You make things simple, and we've heard that Jackson Hewitt is doing something special to make things even more simple for folks, and it's going from West Coast to East Coast.
Yeah, well, taxes can be scary. Oh, it's your single largest financial transaction. You got to talk about your secret stuff. So we started about 3 years ago rolling out our Jackson Hewitt Brewitt free coffee truck. We're going in about 19 states, 40 cities, starting in the West, moving east. We set up shop in Walmart parking lots or near our offices with a big Jackson Hewitt Brewitt truck. And really, it's just this simple. You get free coffee, and you can have that delicate conversation on things that you might want to ask about getting your taxes done. Like what? How much does it really cost? Is it $500? No. A good pro starts at about $49 for a simple return. Here in Texas, you don't even have a state. So it starts pretty economical. Debunk that myth. How long does it take? 2 and 3 hours? No. In about an hour, you can get your taxes done. What do I need to bring? Well, you bring your documents. Well, what do those look like? And we give you tips. So it's a free offering just to interact with somebody who knows taxes, to answer a question in a no-harm, stress-free environment, and you get some really good brew. And it really is good coffee. It might not have been 3 years ago, but now we have really good coffee, muffins, cold brew, and you can see the pro who will be helping you if you want help, or you just get your questions answered, or debunk Uncle Bob's myth.
I appreciate that. Okay, what are the benefits of filing those tax returns now as opposed to waiting till April 15th?
Well, there's a host of benefits. I'll give you the simple ones that I've seen over 40 years. First of all, we know 2 out of 3 people get a tax refund every year. That's about 100 million Americans getting a refund. Even though I'm gonna owe, might be the media position. Secondly, there's about $300 to $400 billion with a B in refunds coming. So the first reason you file early, if you're owed money, you go get your money. You wouldn't wait 5 months for your friend to pay you $5,000, so you file early, get your money. Secondly, I hear this often. Well, I had a good year, crypto, my side hustle made money, I'm gonna owe, and I don't wanna pay the man till the last minute. Well, if you file early, you'll know exactly how much you're going to owe, and maybe you won't even owe if there's some of the new benefits there, but you find out exactly how much you're going to owe, and you can seed that money aside for the Starbucks and go free Jackson Hewitt coffee and work that in. The third reason is the most important beyond the other two. In this day and age of stolen data, ID theft, data breaches, the dark web, if you file your taxes, you file your single largest financial transaction, you lock up all your data with the IRS. You lock up your name, your social. If you've got a significant other, you lock up their data. You lock up your dependents. So if somebody's stolen your data, bought your data, breached your data, found your tax return last year on the copier that you left in the office and they stole your data, you have locked up your data. So you lock your house, you lock your car, lock up your data. So it's simple. File early, get your money, if you got money coming. File early to find out how much you're going to owe. You still don't have to pay until April 15th. Filing is separate from paying, and you lock your data if you file early. And there's a host of other reasons, but those are the big 3.
Okay, and when is the deadline to file 2025 tax returns? This is a date I know well.
Well, it hasn't moved in 100 years, but it's April 15th, but there's no good reason to wait those next 64 days. In fact, a lot of reasons to not wait. With all the tax law changes and life changes, you don't want to be sitting there at the midnight hour on the 14th and your pro says, hey, we see you've got the tip deduction, or the overtime deduction, or the senior deduction, or the car interest deduction, or whatever the case might be. You don't want to be scrambling. File early, get your money. File early if you've got more questions, you have more time. It decreases your stress and improves your accuracy, and just is a better way to approach your largest financial transaction.
Well, you said putting it off till the 15th or maybe even extending. The only people that serves are the people who are going to make money off of doing your taxes.
Doing it twice, because you can't just file an extension. You have to work up the numbers to see what you owe, because it's not an extension of time to pay. It's an extension of time to send in your paperwork. Big misunderstanding. So the tax pros say, hey, let's extend. They'll work up your taxes, charge you a fee. Then they'll do your taxes when you extend and charge you another fee. So it really is good for the tax pros, not good for you, the consumer.
Okay, so you've done a lot of helping the consumer out today. I'm excited to see that truck come through Austin. Thank you so much for your time, Mark.
Good to be here. Go get some of that free cold brew.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, for more information, visit jacksonhewitt.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Moody Gardens, Jackson Hewitt, and Plexiderm. All right, everybody, we brought a little competitive spirit to Studio 512 today. Trivia Masters Carrie Anderson and Vicki Padrone of Austin City Trivia are here with Valentine's Day questions. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rosie.
Vicki, you are actually one of the longest running people at Austin City Trivia, but because of your day job, we've never gotten to see you.
Correct. Yes, I have been with Austin City Trivia since 2020, and it has been fun to watch it grow.
Yeah, continuing to grow, and you guys have a new weekly spot, which we'll talk about before the end of today. But what I'm going to do is have you join me, because you and I are going to go up against each other while Carrie is the one asking the questions today. She didn't give you any hints, did she?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Just double checking.
We like to
y'all.
play fair around here.
All right. The first question I hear, Carrie, is about romantic movies. Is that right?
That is right. All right, question number 1. Behind every great love is a great story, is the tagline of which 2004 romantic drama film? Behind every great love is a great story.
I don't have it.
2004.
2004. This is based on a novel.
I am writing something down specifically based on the fact that I heard the word 2005 just yesterday about a very well-known romantic. Oh, I think you might be
That
right.
is right.
The
Yes.
I was just guessing because I had just watched this little trailer for Wuthering Heights. I'm like, I'm sure they do it every 20 years. But Pride and Prejudice, the one with Keira Knightley, they just talked on this show about yesterday. It was 2005. And so that would have been my guess otherwise.
Yeah.
All right. So next one up, as we're doing some fervent erasing, is an adjective. Is that right?
Yes, I wasn't sure what to call this category without giving it away, but it's a question about a poem by Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more what and what? This famous Sonnet 18 by Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more blank and more blank.
Okay,
Maybe
so
two
this is going to get
adjectives.
me on a heater because I just saw Hamnet.
Ooh.
And I hated it. And when I had to listen to Shakespeare during it, I was like, really, not for me. And I'm so sorry for anybody who is a big Shakespeare fan, but it is, thou art more something and something.
I don't know why. I just put question mark at the end.
Yeah, I put beautiful, just guessing.
I also put beautiful.
That's kind of close, but thou art more lovely and more temperate than a
Temperate.
summer's day.
I put brave.
Temperate is not an adjective I would use for myself.
Right. It's maybe something they really liked back in Shakespeare's time, but not temperate anymore. Okay, next question up. I would say we're doing okay. You still got 1 point on the board. I've yet to score anything so far, though.
There's more life in this game.
I thank you for that. Okay, Valentine's Day science.
Yes, this one, we know our Valentine's Day hearts. I gotta ask you a question about the human heart.
Oh, the anatomy of a human heart.
How many chambers are there in a human heart?
Oh, that's a good one. Thank you.
Oh.
Turn it around. Okay, we're just gonna. That was a confident answer.
You wrote that so fast.
I think I was thinking about octopus. And I still don't think that's too many.
Might be too many. Might be too many.
Multiple octopuses.
4 is correct.
Okay, I'm on the board. All right.
1-1.
All right. How about romantic music? That was amazing. She's so embarrassed. She saw it. Romantic music. Let's hear it.
Yes, this one, it's a kind of today's pop culture question. Which musical artist's newest album, titled The Romantic, is set to come out on February 27th this year?
Well, she's writing very quickly. I'm just gonna
Right.
try
Well,
not to cheat.
I mean,
Would
you
you-
saw how quickly I wrote 28.
Would you like a hint?
Yes.
Okay, it features the single, I Just Might. Which is
Well, that doesn't help me at all. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. Okay, read the question one more time.
All right, which musical artist's newest album, which is titled The Romantic, is set to come out on February 27th? It features the single I Just Might, which was performed at the Grammys.
When you say things like that, it makes me feel like I'm living under a rock. And I was just told in my ear by my producer, "You are living under a rock." I feel like Taylor Swift is. Oh, Harry Styles.
No.
No.
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars.
I'm so glad you got that wrong too.
Oh,
You come back more often. I'm doing poorly with you, and
I told you
appreciate it.
I shouldn't have been so confident.
Hey, you were ready to go.
I feel like Harry Styles' new album is something similar.
Do you know what though? That was a really solid guess.
That was.
I give you credit for that.
Thank you.
And then Valentine's Day symbols. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Our
Okay,
last
not symbols like the
question.
music.
No, symbols like symbolic. What color roses signify friendship? That's a point for Vicky.
Yeah, you did great.
That was a poor winning on my part.
You did great.
You also did great. You know about anatomy.
Point that I get to take home today. Yellow roses signify friendship. That's good to know. Well done, Vicky.
Thank you.
And thank you for playing along
Thanks
with
for
me.
having me.
I appreciate it. I'm going to scoot you back over there
Okay.
while I ask just a little question or two about you guys' new setup, because you're now weekly at Coco's Bavarian, right?
Yes, every Wednesday at 7 p.m.
That's awesome. And then Carrie, let's talk about social media.
Yes, you can follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Austin City Trivia on Facebook, ATX City Trivia on Instagram. We post the categories before our weekly Wednesday quiz. You can get a little leg up on what to study. And if we have any updates for you, we'll post them there as well.
And per usual, I like to ask, was anything that we saw today possibly going to show up this week? I know Vicky's in charge at Coco's Bavarian, maybe?
Well, as Bruno Mars would say, I just might.
I just might.
I just might.
Oh, she's very clever. I
have to come to
appreciate
find
that.
out.
And we have to come to find out. That sounds good for me. And just for anybody who hasn't been to Austin City Trivia before, if you wouldn't mind, Vicky, what is on the table as far as bragging rights and maybe a little something else?
Oh, I would say I'm biased, but we write the quizzes ourselves. We have paper, we have pencils, and they have really good pretzels there.
Really good pretzels on the table.
And they have the most screens, and so a lot of times we do picture rounds, and it's 4 categories, and like I said, I'm biased. It's a good time.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It should be a good time for Valentine's Day. Y'all, thank you so much. Follow ATX City Trivia on Instagram and Facebook for upcoming events, and catch them now weekly on Wednesdays at Coco's Bavarian.